Hello, my name is Jasmine Stevens, and this is my video for the Theorist Matrix. For the Theorist Matrix, I chose to research 5 theorists. The first theorist that I found very interesting was Yuri Bronfenbrenner. Bronfenbrenner, outside of his profession, he is best known for being the co-founder of the Head Start program, which has touched millions of children in poverty. Bronfenbrenner believed that there is environmental factors which influence the child's emotional and behavior development. He created a diagram which is commonly known as the key circles of influence. So inside of that diagram, the first layer that he has is the microsystem. And the microsystem consists of family, school, peers, and health. And he believes that those are immediate factors that affect the development of a child. Well, within those circles, they go outwards, and he believes that all of them work together in order to help the development of a child. I found his the most interesting because with me working in low poverty schools, I have a lot of children that have behavioral issues, and it was just interesting to read about how he believes that those environmental factors are what may cause behavior issues or emotional issues. Making a connection to the classroom, I just said that it's important that, teachers get to know students on a one-on-one level. You have to build those relationships with them and get an understanding of where their background is and what kind of environmental factors may be affecting their behavior in the classroom. The other that I read about was Piaget. Piaget believes that there are 4 stages which children go through to develop their actual skills. It was very interesting reading about his because Piaget felt that the development was a very fixed sequence. He feels like that they proceed naturally with also having physical and social environments that affect them as well. It was very interesting though, because reading about his, it also said that, even though Piaget is widely used, that a lot of people argue with his because of the fact that children were learning things at a different level than what he actually believed. Making his connection to the classroom, I said, for example, children may be learning new vocabulary, and it's good for them to be getting up and doing things, because Piaget believed that children should be doing active lessons and rich, engaging lessons. So I feel like, children could be getting up, they could be acting out their vocabulary words, but there's some students who may be working on a different level because according to Piaget, children learn on different levels. So with that being said, you have to develop your lessons based on their cognitive development. So if some students are working on a vocabulary mapping skill, then other ones may be working on something a little more simpler as far as a fill in the blank sheet. The third theorist that I researched is Vygotsky. Vygotsky, main thing that he developed is the ZPD, which basically tells teachers what students can and cannot do. The theory reminds me of the I do, we do, you do approach, because Vygotsky believed that there are some things that students can do on their own, but then there's other things that they need the help of an adult. So that reminded me of that scaffolding, the scaffolding sequence that we actually need to use in the classroom. So again, a great theory for him, a great thing that we can use in the classroom for him would be peer collaboration. Children working together, working in group settings to work on a goal together. The other that I researched is Maslow. Maslow developed the hierarchy of needs, and he argued that there are 5 stages that motivate our behaviors. His was very interesting because he said that the 5 stages are built to work against each other. So if one stage is not met or one need is not met in the classroom or before students enter the classroom, then it's going to be hard for them to actually focus and do what they need to do. So that was very interesting as well. And I said, in order to make sure we're using that one in the classroom, teachers can reach out to counselors or anyone else and make sure that students' needs are met, because it'll be very hard for them to focus if they come in and they haven't ate breakfast, or maybe they just had a horrible night the night before and there were certain attachment needs that weren't met. Well, that leads into my last theorist, which the attachment theory is by Mary Ainsworth. And hers was also very interesting because Mary argued that children, if they lack an attachment bond from when they are little, they feel weak and insecure, and therefore they're afraid to reach out to the outside world. And those that have a greater bond build relationships with other people, and they're more successful in life. So that theory was very interesting as well. And I related it to the classroom by just saying teachers can promote healthy relationships, because obviously if Ainsworth is saying that, children need that attachment from somewhere, if they're not getting it at home, teachers can step in and be that attachment that they may need. That is my overall summary of my matrix. Thanks.